What's going on, Guardians? Sly here, and you guys know what time it is, right? It's time to gather the best raiders on your friends list and dive into the challenge that is Wrath of the Machine Hard Mode. Now, whatever you want to call it, hard mode, heroic, whatever, it signals the pinnacle of the Destiny endgame. To be the first to beat it, you not only have to be well leveled and well prepared, but you need to have your teamwork, cooperation, and communication down pat. It is the ultimate test of friendship and teamwork, and you either walk away defeated or completely elated that you and your team just stepped up to the challenge. Now, watching other teams and then beating it, that's one thing, but going in totally blind is another. While the main mechanics likely will not change, there will be key differences in each boss encounter that'll pretty much throw a wrench in your usual method of beating it. Dealing with that by yourself is not only challenging, but once you're done, it's the best feeling in Destiny. Beating that is a feeling like nothing else in the gaming world, and I invite all of you out there to come watch myself and my team tonight around 6 p.m. Eastern as we tackle the hard raid on Twitch. We all have normal jobs and lives, so it won't start until we all get home this evening at like 5:36. So follow me on Twitch at SlyNation and also on Twitter at SlyNation so y'all can stay in touch at what time we go live. I'm excited to see how it goes and hope to see some of you out there. Alright, but let's get to the next best thing in Destiny, and that is the Tuesday reset. Resets are great, but barely a month into a new DLC, Tuesdays are even better. So let's hop on in and get to it. Alright guys, it's Tuesday, October 18th, and this is your Destiny Rise of Iron weekly reset guide. Things are finally starting to get back to normal for me and North Carolina in the aftermath of the storm. Roads are reopening, power has stopped flickering on and off, and the flood waters are finally receding from all the hard-hit areas. My videos are back in full swing. Thanks for sticking with me and for all of the thoughts. So before we go over everything, just a quick reminder guys, with the debut of hard mode, light level will finally open up to the absolute max of 400. Along with that, a few changes will be happening inside of Destiny. Changes will take place after a small update that everyone has to download. Now these usually take place around the same time everything else happens within Destiny, and that's 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Now once that has been downloaded, the hard raid will soon follow. It's 3 p.m. West Coast, 5 p.m. Eastern. Now the problem with these updates is that sometimes they act as a secondary reset. Nightfalls, modifiers, all that can change. Also, the raid will change, dailies, weeklies, even vendor stock. So if you're still trying to get to 385 before the hard raid comes out, you can more than likely run the Nightfall, the normal raid, all your weeklies, all that stuff, because it's going to be reset once again later on today. So you'll be able to get loot twice this week. Now once the update goes live, everything will be wiped back to a fresh start. So all of your Nightfalls, your raids, that can all be played again. Now what does this mean? Basically double loot and a chance to bump up your level if you still need it. Now this has worked since Destiny began like 3 years ago. Every time an update has come out and the hard raid has debuted, it accompanied with a total game reset. Nightfalls, weeklies, bounties, everything. So it's pretty safe to assume that it will continue to be this way. Now, of course, there's always a chance they may have fixed it, but since it happened like less than a month ago, I doubt that will change. Alright, so while we're in orbit, first things first, we're going to be checking out the Crucible. Our weekly playlist starts off with a 3v3 freelance. It's a mix-up of skirmish, salvage, and elimination. Following that, one of the most fun playlists within Destiny, and that is Mayhem Clash. A 6v6 team deathmatch, and it is pure fun. No one really takes it super try-hard serious, and it's a good time all around. As usual, with Trials ending a few hours ago, Elimination is up here holding things down until Osiris opens the game back up this coming Friday, which will be another avenue to light level 400. Alright, so next up, let's take a peek at the Nightfall. Now, if everything changes dramatically, I'll post a quick video with an annotation off of this one letting everyone know what has changed. So, first things first, the modifiers. As usual, we start off with epic, heavily shielded, highly aggressive, beastly enemies that appear in great numbers. Next, solar burn, solar damage from any source is greatly increased. Following that, Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon, and then Grounded. Players take more damage while in the air, and finally we have Catapult to round us off. Grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. Guys, if this is going to be Shield Brothers, then hopefully this will reset into something a little bit different. Anyway guys, let's fly in and let's take a look.
Funny story for you. Remember that Centurion Oryx took right after you landed on the Dreadnought? Then the Centurion and the Taken Ogre tried to stop you from killing the king? Didn't work.
Wow, dude, did I nail that on the head, or did I just nail that? Now, it's only the boss that is really, a pain in the ass, but every Cabal in there shoots something solar at you. Also, if you're trying to jump into the air to escape, the big fire guy, that hurts twice as much because now you're going to take more damage while you're jumping. And remember, you're getting hit with solar bullets at the same time, so it's like 4 times the usual damage. Remember guys, also explosive rounds and Firefly now do extra damage when Solar Burn is active. It hasn't always been that way, but ever since one of these pre-Rise of Iron updates came out, I've noticed that it started to take a big effect, so use that to your advantage. Alright, well let's head back up to orbit and check out the next playlist, and that is the Siva Crisis Heroic playlist. So to start us off, we have Epic's little brother, Heroic. Enemies appear in great numbers and are more aggressive. Following that, we have Void Burn. Void damage from any source is greatly increased. Next up, Small Arms. Primary weapon damage is favored, and then finally, Fresh Troops. Some enemy squads have been fortified with additional reinforcements. Basically, that just means more enemies. All in all, not too bad. Just expect to see a lot of dropouts when it comes to the Wretched Eye Strike. Before you start the mission, stop, take a look around, and make sure you still have teammates, because 85% chance they're going to abandon the mission. Just a heads up. Okay, so with the weeklies out of the way, let's head over to the temple. Now, just so you all know, when the update hits, legendary engrams will now decode up to 385. Not right now, but when the update finally drops. Rare blue engrams and rewards from the Siva Strike playlist will drop up to 365, but the hard mode raid, trials, Iron Banner, Nightfall, exotics, and loot from skeleton keys will all drop up to 400 light. Of course, that's depending on your light level. This takes place after the update, and that drops at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and hard mode raid drops at 2 p.m. Pacific, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. Alright, so first thing we're going to do here at the temple, let's launch this guy. Then we're going to go over to Shiro and see what he has for us this week. Now, even if you've completed all of these Iron Lord bounties, guys, make sure you complete them anyway. They are tons of XP, and they rank you up very, very quickly. These rank up packages will also be one of the ways to get to 400 for a couple items, so I would absolutely grab these. Even if you're done with your book, I still grab them. Alright, so first up, complete public events in the Plaguelands. You need 5. Easily done in the Archon's Forge. Next, pull the plug, kill fallen majors and ultras, and then following that we have Anti-Splicer. Complete patrols in the Plaguelands, and then finally Archon's Forge servitors. Complete 4 servitor encounters. I'd say that's pretty easy compared to the last couple weeks when it was nothing but Archon's Forge. That took way too long. As for class items, we have 2 of my favorites. For the Warlock, we have Scori's Iron Bond and Intellect Discipline, then Silimar's Iron Sash for the Titan, which is Discipline Strength, and then finally, the best Iron Banner Cloak for the Hunter, the Mantle of Galeon, which is Intellect Discipline. Alright, next up, we're going to hit up our Awoken Archivist, Tyra, and see what kind of artifacts are here this week. First up, we have the Memory of Fellwinter. Lose your super, but gain an extra grenade and a melee charge, as well as a small boost to all stats. Picking up Orbs of Light grant extra melee and grenade energy. Next is the Memory of Temur. Melee attacks to minor minions of darkness have the chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. Moving on to the last artifact, the Memory of Perun. Enemy guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. Alright guys, well, we are done here, so next stop, over to the tower and check out our boy Shax. This week, you can look forward to the game of Rift, everyone. Yay! Rift! Anyways, exercise your skill in the Rift match hype. So, all you have to do, complete 7 matches, easy, 50 primary kills, that might take a bit. 25 assisted kills, and then 1 runner stopped. Not too bad for the amount of XP you get, as well as the highlight reward. Okay, last thing we're going to do here at the tower, guys, we're going to check out all of the factions. If you have a bunch of planetary materials and you wish to turn them in for rep, New Monarchy is accepting helium, and by the way, I really need to buy this sidearm one day. Alright, next up, Dead Orbit, accepting Spin Metal, which is definitely a good thing with all these engrams around, and then the War Cult is taking Relic Iron. Now, if I were y'all, I'd wait until after the update drops to turn in some of this stuff, if you plan on ranking up at all. That way, you can get some higher light items. Alright, well that's all of the relevant areas within Destiny, but for those who want to know it all, follow me over to the Reef. Now, I'll try to go over the rest of this stuff as quickly as possible from here on out. Alright, first up to my girl Petra V. Now remember, she has a ton of new armor sets that you guys can get, and these bounties rank you up pretty quickly. So take the one, it is our first bounty, and it's for Baroness Greyris on Venus. Following that, we have killed 12 named or consumed Fallen, Hive, Cabal, or Vex on Venus, and then finally, kill 100 taken. Always grab this last one because it's the easiest to do, and it will rank you up eventually. Okay, stop number 2, our boy Varix. Amigo, what is up, man? And as always, take his goodies because all of your characters can get this twice this week. So for his bounties, first up we have Riot Guard, kill 6 champions in PoE or the challenge. Next, Deadshot, kill 75 enemies with precision hits, and then finally Firefighter. Use solar abilities to kill 30 enemies in the challenge or the prison. As for the bonus modifier this week, we have Grenade Kill bonus. Alright guys, well that's it. Thank you Varix. Now let's head back up to orbit and one last time work our way to the Dreadnaught. For those out there interested in King's Fall, Oryx is the challenge this week, but after the update it will more than likely change over to the beginning, and that would be the War Priest. So time will tell. Alright, last up we have our tier 3 boss, and this week it is our homeboy Mini Crota. And that, my friends, sums up our mid-October weekly reset guide. Now, like I said, expect quite a few changes coming up soon, but I wanted to still put this video out and show everyone what's going on, because this is a great time to get in there and complete some of these activities before the 10 a.m. update. After that, it will all reset again, and the hard raid will be active at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 5 Eastern. Hopefully, they didn't fix it, and you can still go in there and finish up everything quickly before it resets again later this morning. It's worked for the past 3 years, don't see why it wouldn't now. But that is it, my friends. As always, thank you all so much for watching and for the constant support of the channel. Tune into my Twitch channel this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, about an hour after hard mode launches. I'll be going in blind with my team, and as always, a challenge is what we're looking for, and if past raids are anything to go off of, it will be exactly that. Thanks again, guys. Enjoy the raid, and keep an eye out for more videos coming out of Sly Nation here very soon. Follow me on Twitter or subscribe to me here on YouTube to stay in the know about all the vids coming out of my channel. Until next time, Guardians, this is your boy Sly. Laters.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.